Correct, yes, exactly. They're not worth the journey at all for that show. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll keep that applause going for our next act and I bring up my very, very good friend, Mikhail, everybody!
Joke Factory, how's everyone doing tonight? Woo! Right. Thank you very much. Thank you. Just a little bit about myself before we continue. I am half German and I am half Chinese, which is pretty cool because turns out a lot of my ancestors have a lot in common. You know, number one, both my ancestors really good at building walls. Because of the coronavirus, both my ancestors are really good at wiping out a large amount of people in a very small amount of time. It's true, my mom is Chinese, my dad is German. I always think that when my mom met my dad, she did the math in her head, right? She was like, this is so easy. Chinese people are really good with money, and German people are very efficient. And we just smash our genitals together. We can make the most handsome, most rich man to ever walk the earth. And they did. And they gave birth to me. Yeah, I look like the KK Mart version of Jason Statham. I have a brother, he looks like the 99 Speed Mart version of Jason Statham. Who's better? Depends. How desperate are you? Well, I do have a brother. We're very similar, but he's a lot bigger than me. And crazily enough, he's got the biggest feet I've ever seen. His shoe size is 14. 14. And every time I tell someone that, they always ask me the same thing, like size 14. Does he have a big? Yeah, right? You got a big fuck. Come on, yeah, you have a big, yeah, come on, yeah, you got it, yeah. And I can tell you yes, because I've seen it myself. He has a very big fucking problem finding shoes in this country. Oh, you guys thought I was talking about his dick. That's another shoe, you pay extra for that kind of shit. It's called OnlyFans. Look me up. So because of that, I do have a very odd name. My friends call me Mick. Real name Mikhail. Full name Mikhail Alexander Svrcula. Oh my god. I'm out of breath just saying that, right? I used to hate my name, but now I have a little bit of fun. You know, every time I have sex with a woman, I get her to scream out my full name, and then we race to see who finishes first. You find that funny, ma'am? Let me tell you what, one day I'll finish second. One day. Hopefully before I die. I know, I'm taking pills, whatever. It's not a big thing. It is a weird name. But weirdly enough, I met another dude, right? Named Ruby Sapphire Tan. Ruby Sapphire Tan. So I pulled him aside and I asked him, everyone wanted to ask him, right? So I asked him, bro, your parents strippers, or are they Singaporeans? So it turns out his family just gave him that name because they wanted to showcase how much money they had. I was like, oh, okay, that makes perfect sense. Your parents are assholes. But you know, I think about it late at night when I have nothing to do. If I was rich and I had a child, I would never, ever in my life give them a name like that. Because it's dangerous. It's a dangerous world. Kidnapper hears a name like that, they go, ooh, confirm, a lot of money, and they just kidnap him. I'm gonna do one better. I'm gonna give my kid a name that is so bad, no one will even bother kidnapping him. I can picture it now. My son's walking down the road, the van pulls up, grabs him, and the kidnapper's like, what's your name, boy? And my son's like, did you top up 10 ringgit? Bro, I think this kid's got more problems than us. Let's just drop him back. Yeah. A lot of people say, oh, your dad's German? You must know German. No, I fucking don't. Okay? I tried and I gave up because that language is too hard. Literally, it's too hard. They have this thing where you have to combine a bunch of words to make one really long word. For example, sir, if I were to address that drink, I would have to say like, sir, that drink on that table that belongs to you in this auditorium. And that's one word, so I have to say like, sir, blah, 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 blah. That's actual German translation. Like, trust me, I hear it. It's so fucking hard. That's why I studied BM. BM is much easier. All you gotta do is go, bro, tu. Which is a great part of our culture, right? We're so fucking lazy, we don't even use our hands. It's just our mouth, like, oh, where's your sister? It's like the whole country's just going around looking for kisses. Like. But I am a Malaysian, you know. Can't stress that enough. I always have to stress that during Merdeka. Because everyone thinks I'm a fucking spy. Right? I'll go up to people like, hey, happy Merdeka. And I never get a, oh man, yeah, it's great to be part of the country. Blah. I get interrogated. You know? I say, hey bro, I'm Malaysian too. It's like, oh yeah, prove it. Name 14 states. Sing me the Negara Ku right now. Tell me the Rukun Negara. And I'm like, whoa, okay, calm down, dad. So now at Merdeka, I never ever leave the house without my Jalur Gemilang, my songkok, bakute in one hand, and a parang in the other. I call it the Muhiba trifecta lah. But some people, it's not enough. You know, it's not enough. This guy actually came up to me and said, I don't believe you're a Malaysian. Prove it to me. Do something only a true Malaysian knows how to do. I was like, no problem, man. So I stole his lighter. And he was like, hey, whoa, shit, I'm really sorry I doubted your nationality. I was like, don't worry, man. We make mistakes all the time, officer. Which is a joke, guys, obviously. Cops don't speak English. Woo! Really should have brought some water up here. You know, I'm even more proud of my nationality after I found out this fact. Malaysia is the #1 producer of condoms in the world. That's right. You're welcome, Europe. You're welcome, planet Earth. Think about it, we do so much. Without us, this world would be way worse off, right? Without us, there'll be like 8 more Justin Biebers, 12 more Kim Kardashians, and exactly the same amount of Malay people we have right now. But everyone always says that, oh, I want Malaysia to be a better country, I want Malaysia to improve, I want to improve, we gotta do this, we gotta do this. I'll tell you what this country needs to improve just instantly, right? Nukes. We need to build our own nuclear bomb, right? No one ever disrespects a country with a nuclear bomb, and it would solve so many of our problems. Yep, think about it. If we have a nuclear bomb, would Singapore give us shit every year? Nah, they give us whatever the fuck we want every year. You think if we had a nuclear bomb, Indonesia would let one bit of that haze touch this country? No. They will build a fucking huge fan at the bottom of their country and blow that shit to Thailand. Look, we can do it. We can do it. And it's a great opportunity, right? We can create a nuclear bomb that's 100% Malaysian. Think about it. All the wirings, all the electronics, all Jakim approved. Why? I don't fucking know. We can build a 100-foot tall nuclear bomb and circumcise the tip. So it's 100% halal. And we can name the bomb something that is truly, uniquely Malaysian. We can call it the Bumi Putra. Thank you. I'm gonna run in the next election, so do not vote for me, because I will run this country down to the fucking ground. I'll tell you that much. And I can never run for politics anyway, because let's be honest, it's staring you right in the face. I have tattoos. I love tattoos. I love my tattoos. The only person that has a problem with it is my mom. Right? I don't know, maybe mothers being mothers, they always think the worst when you get tattoos. Like my mom, typical Asian mom, she's like, "What? You got a tattoo? People are gonna confuse you with a criminal." Really? Me? A criminal? Have you seen how I dress? I look like I got kicked out of my son's punk rock band. I have a video game tattooed on one arm, and like the word perseverance on the other. The only thing people are gonna confuse me with is an unemployed graphic designer. They'll walk down the street, they'll see me like, "Oh shit, man, don't look at him. Don't look at him. Don't look at him. He might want to design your logo." I am 34 now, and I had this very, great experience, or this life lesson that I want to share with everyone. In order to be happy, right, just all you gotta do is take the positive out of negative things, right? Anything bad happens to you, just look at it in a positive light. And it happened to me recently. Like, my friend leaned into me. We were just hanging out. I was hanging out with my friends, so we're just talking. Suddenly he leans in and he's like, "Hey man, do you masturbate?" And I didn't want to lie to my friend, right? So I was like, "Fuck yeah, bro. I do love masturbating. It's in my top 5 things I love doing," right? The other 4 is like thinking about masturbating, planning masturbating, writing about masturbating, wanting to be masturbating. I got a real passion for the erection. So my friend, who up till that point I had no idea he was very religious, right? But I should have seen it because he was holding the Jesus autobiography and the little Jesus mini action figure around his neck. That would have been a couple of signs. Anyway, he leans in and he's like, "God is watching you, and he sees it every time you do something dirty like that." And I was like, "Hey, thanks, man. That really means a lot to me." Because what my friend was trying to imply was that every time I masturbate, God looks down and he judges me. But what I heard was, "Hey, Mick, you are so good at masturbating. That God, the one that can see everything, all the ponies and all the rainbows and all the waterfalls and all the buses that don't break down in KL, he can see everything that's beautiful. But instead, he chooses to watch you. Alone in your room, 4 p.m. on a Saturday afternoon, trying to start a fire on your crotch." And I just feel so good, guys. Because statistically, think about it, at any second of our existence, there must be at least 1 billion men rubbing one off. But I'm the one he chooses to watch. It's just nice to be appreciated for the hard work I do. So, ladies, gentlemen, if you ever feel like pleasuring yourself and you feel a little bit of religious guilt, don't. Because God's not watching you. He's watching me. He's not watching you, your half-assed attempt to have an orgasm. He's watching the full-blown version over there. MCO was pretty insane as well. We had that whole Black Lives Matter movement for a while, which was insane. And I felt it, because my dad's Caucasian, so inadvertently you're tied in, right? And suddenly they were coming across this concept of white guilt, Caucasian guilt, white guilt, white guilt, white guilt, white. That's quite a statement you have there, sir. And I was just thinking about it, I don't understand it. I never did because I grew up here. I never really had any connection to it until I watched the NBA and I read about it. Then I was like, oh, I understand what the fuck that is. Because in the NBA, if you read properly, all the top scorers, and these are the people that score the most points, they're all African American. And all the top assist providers, these are the people that pass the ball to the people to score, they're all white. So I was like, I get it. NBA is trying really hard to apologize for slavery. Right? And I can imagine on a game, right? A white guy has the ball, he's about to take a shot, and he passes it to the black guy. And the black guy's like, "Hey man, don't you want to take a shot?" And the white guy's like, "I think we've shot enough." You know why I love that joke? Because every time I tell it, I think it's about to go out of style, but the American police always make it relevant. So thank you guys. Good night!